Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another FPL Deadline stream. What is going on? This is my attempt at being Christmassy. There we go. Nice Christmas tree over this way with the cool bat, the cool star. Yeah, I like it. I like the star. It's cool. The hat is on. My head is just massive, so it barely fits, and I'll probably have to take it off because it's just too warm at some point. Did I say welcome to another Fantasy Football Scout stream? I don't think I did, but hopefully you enjoyed Breakfast Club because Zofar's really good. We always have good people on Breakfast Club, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Yeah, let's get talking about some FPL. 45 minutes to go till the deadline. I think there's like stuff in my eye. The white stuff's in my eye. Probably shouldn't say that without context. Buy a bigger hat. I know my head's so big. They don't really make hats that big. Anyway, there's big decisions to be made this week, right? Not made any easier because of the Aston Villa game. So like I've changed my strategy a little bit. I've delayed bringing in Fernandes a little bit, which I've talked about. For anyone that watched the video I put out last night, I'm still going through with that plan. I will bring up my team a sec here. I don't think I made a mistake, but I did overlook something that is. So my plan is basically to do Bissouma to Jota. Now Jota rose earlier in the week, and I probably could have just brought him in before that rise, but I let him rise again. And Mahrez rose last night as well. But here's something I probably didn't give enough thought to. Not only can I do Jota in for Bissouma, if I'd been a bit quicker with the price rise, I could have done Mahrez in for Grealish. Now I'm 0.2 off it. If I hadn't let both of them rise, I would have been able to do it. I just don't know if I'm that bothered about it though. Although I just think there's a lot of fear of missing out with Mahrez this week because it is such a good fixture and he has been starting. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do Jota in for Bissouma. I'm going to do it later on just in case we get any kind of further updates, but I don't think we're going to. So Jota is going to come in. That is going to give me a front eight. Calvert-Lewin went up in price again last night. Mental that he's still going up in price. So I've now made 0.5 million on him. Whether or not I get rid of him in Game Week 13, we'll see. But I'm leaving the option open to kind of think about doing it. How has my morning been? Thanks for asking. So I woke up. The water pressure is a nightmare. There is basically, I can't have a shower. So I've not even showered this morning. I've been out for a 5k walk. I've come back in. Wet because it's raining, sweaty, and I haven't had a shower. I'm not going to lie to you. All I'm saying is it's a good job I'm on screen and not sat next to you in your house because it wouldn't be nice. So there's a bit of water. Like I got some H2O for the stream, but the water pressure is so low you can't have a shower or anything. So that was a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, other than that, my morning's been good. Done Breakfast Club, enjoyed it. Now I'm chatting to you lot, there's nothing more I love doing than streaming and chatting to you lot. You know that. Sahidko, nice hat, thank you very much. Question, Kane to Jesus to have at least one City player or rather spend the transfer on replacing Grealish Wilson? I don't think Kane to Jesus is a bad option, especially if you want to captain him. But I don't think it's a move that has to be made. I mean, just to have a City player is not necessarily a good reason to make a move, but as Zofar said, Jesus without Aguero is pretty much nailed on, and they do have pretty good fixtures. So I don't mind that move. I don't think Kane's a bad option though. So I don't think that's a move you have to make, but it is a nice move you could make. No internet, no water. I know. I live in the back end of nowhere. That's the problem. But we'll see soon. Hopefully it's coming. Hopefully it's coming. I don't know which one. I don't know which one I'd rather have back first. Water or internet or good internet. I think I'd probably have the internet and try and survive without the water. Whether or not you spend the transfer on Grealish or Wilson, that really depends on the rest of your setup. I think for me, the Wilson situation is really difficult because there is a chance now, it sounds like the Newcastle West Brom game could be called off as well, in which case that is an issue, right? Because he's going to miss 2 games in a row, but I couldn't tell you that for sure, and we just don't know. So, yeah, I know I've not really answered that well, but Kane to Jesus, I think that's a nice move, But I don't think it's one you have to do this week. Like, if you've only got one free transfer, you could just save till next week. Who knows what chaos will be happening next week in FPL. 8-9 Tech, how's it going? Son, Robertson, Harvey Barnes, De Bruyne, Jota, Walker sound good. That is one of those moves where the three you're bringing in do sound better, and if I was wildcard and I had a choice between those three, I probably would choose De Bruyne, Jota, Walker. The only thing is, like, Son could do okay the next couple, but I don't think he's a massive hold. I don't think Harvey Barnes is any issue if you sell him. It's Robertson really for me. Like, I'm almost trying to find out how I can bring Robertson in soon rather than taking him out. But I guess if it gets you De Bruyne captain and you're happy with Jota and Walker, then I like it. Especially if that's for a -4. If that's for a -8, I'd give that a lot of thought before you do it. You need to move, no internet though. What? Yeah, exactly. It's all good fun though. It's all good fun. Who really needs water anyway? FPL JJ, how's it going? Please help. Son and Robertson to De Bruyne and Dallas, or Son and Vardy to De Bruyne and Bamford, both -4, or just don't do it and keep Robertson, Son and Vardy captain. Yeah, I mean, really, only you can decide how much that De Bruyne captaincy is worth it. Like, I know people that are captain and Vardy ahead of him. You know my thoughts. You know I think that De Bruyne is the best captain this week, and that's therefore I would probably... And he's not just the best captain this week, he's also probably going to be the best captain in Game Week 13, and he's got really good fixtures till Game Week 22, and he's nailed on, he's got penalties, etc. So I like De Bruyne. Which move would I make? Again, I feel like Robertson. I think Robertson could get some good scores over the next few weeks. Liverpool's fixtures are really good as well. I'd be tempted to do the Son and Vardy one, but you're always in a position where you're taking two players out like that are not injured or they're not awful players. You always stand that risk of the fact they could go big. But long term, would I rather have De Bruyne and Bamford or Son and Vardy? I'd probably rather have De Bruyne and Bamford. But it just feels like such a downgrade. You must have some money left over with that as well. So I guess think about what you can do with that too, because it's not just a case of the transfers. Ryan, when are we getting you in that onesie glory? Is taking a chance on Sterling as captain a no-go? Okay, so I'll answer the important question first, the onesie. I saw someone in the comment section getting annoyed that people keep bringing it up. Like, we should be talking about football, not onesies. But look, this channel is not built on FPL. This channel is built on talking about what the hell we want, right? So the onesie will come at some point. Maybe I'll wear it more than once, all right? It's not even that bad. Like, it's not that bad. So we'll see. He's taking it, but I want to do it closer to Christmas. He's taking a chance on Sterling as a captain, a no-go. I don't think it's a no-go, but you have to ask yourself, if you have De Bruyne as well as Sterling, then I guess Sterling captain is a little bit less of a risk, because if De Bruyne goes mad, you've still got him. You have to know there's a risk that he doesn't start. But I do think he will, for whatever it's worth. I mean, I'm not Pep. I'm not Pep's best mate, so I don't know for sure. But I have a feeling he will start. And if he starts against Fulham, he's as good a chance as anyone of getting points. It is a massive upside captain, punt, risk, whatever you want to call it. Like, potential to go huge. It could really bump you up the rankings. But I think you have to always weigh up the fact that De Bruyne will be the most captain player this week, almost certainly. Maybe Fernandes will have something to say about that, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be De Bruyne. And therefore, if you don't own him, then Sterling captain becomes a much bigger risk. If you have both, it's less of a risk. Boba, how's it going? I have Salah, Kane, Vardy, Mahrez. Who's the best captain? I'd probably put it on Mahrez, to be honest. Just target that Man City game. Otherwise, probably Mahrez, Vardy, Kane. Probably in reverse order to how you've written them. Starting with Mahrez as best. Habs, how's it going? Wilson out for a hit. Thoughts? West Ham game postponed. Look, the West Ham game, we don't know if it's postponed. Whether to take him out for a hit is really going to depend on your team. Like, I can't say it is a good move or it isn't a good move, because it depends who you're going to bring in. Probably Bamford, because that's what most people are doing, which is fine. But he might not repay that hit this week, just due to the fact that it's Chelsea, right? So yeah, I mean, whether to take him out for a hit, that really depends on the rest of your team. I get the fact that the West Brom game could be postponed is frustrating, and we're not going to know about that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Newcastle. It's hard to say. I'd be tempted to keep him, but if, like, you've got Wilson and Villa players and you're wondering which one to get rid of first, then I probably would get rid of Wilson before Villa players, just in case it does get called off. Daggy, how's it going? Target and Cancelo for Bellerin and Bednarak or Lamptey. I would definitely get Lamptey ahead of Bednarak. Brighton's fixtures are actually quite good coming up, and I think they've been a little bit unlucky not to keep a few more clean sheets. I don't think Cancelo's going to play. He might do, though. He might play over Christmas. You don't know. And Newcastle's fixtures are okay, but I'm not sure Arsenal defender is where I would be going personally, but it's completely up to you. Reece James, another option. How worried am I about a lack of bench this week? I'm not worried at all. Like these things happen, right? I don't think it's worth worrying about. I'm not going to spend hits to change it, considering most of the time I won't need it. Khan, how's it going? Hope you don't mind. My question is below. Can't fit it in. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, but now I've got to find your question in it. Where there's 3,500 people writing messages. I'd try and find it, but I mean, it must be a long message, right? How annoyed will you be when Basuma scores the screamer and Jota will be benched? It is what it is. I've made the logical move. I can't find your message, Khan. You're going to have to try and put it in. I don't know where it is. There's so many messages, I cannot find it. Yeah, I can't see it. If you can try and tweet me out, I can try and find it, but yeah. This channel is based on low bandwidth internet woes and now also hot water. It's not even just a hot water thing, it's a water pressure thing. I'd say there is probably hot water, but yeah, it's a pressure thing. Anyway, we won't talk about water too much. Drew, how's it going? I have had Zuma and Chilwell since Game Week 7. Been a dream so far, but is the double up viable? Yes. Wanted to get rid of Game Week 10, but Lamptey got a red card and it ended up working out for me. I wouldn't. We just talked about this on Breakfast Club, right? I don't think that the Chelsea fixtures, when you look at them, like if you go onto the FPL page, like if I do it now and bring up the Chelsea fixtures, I'm looking like okay, Leeds, Everton, Wolves, Arsenal, Man City, Leicester. Like these fixtures don't look good when you look at it like that. But then I would say Leeds, like I don't think you necessarily need to get rid of them there. Everton is tough. But I think one of the things to remember is Chelsea are one of the best defensive sides in the league right now. So it's a bit like when I talk about Captaincy and people will talk about a fixture, they've been good defensively, but then they're playing Liverpool. So how good they've been defensively gets thrown out the window for the most part. So I think the same for this. So this could be tough. Wolves, I could see a clean sheet. West Ham, I could see a clean sheet. Arsenal aren't scoring much at the moment. Villa could be a clean sheet. I'm not saying they all will be, but there's potential there. And then once you get past these fixtures, of which I do think there's still potential for attacking returns and defensive returns, the fixtures are really good. So to be honest with you, I'd be looking at maybe getting on the double up, not getting off it. So I wouldn't be too... I don't think that would be a priority for me. Have a look at Newcastle's most recent tweet. I always forget to tweet my own live thing. Let me see it now. No game this weekend following the postponement of our trip to Aston Villa, but we're back a week today as we host West Brom at St James's Park. Okay, that's interesting. So it looks... Well, I mean, that's what the Twitter account is saying. That's obviously not... That's not an official... That's not a statement of it's definitely going to be on, but I mean, that's pretty good. That is probably quite good if you're a Newcastle United player owner and you don't want to get rid of them. 89 Tech, how's it going? Walker, De Bruyne and Jota for -4. Walker, De Bruyne and Jota for -4. I've Kane for Arsenal and Crystal Palace. Rolling my chances game with 13 and probably taking Kane out for Jesus and aiding to Chilwell. If you're getting Walker, De Bruyne and Jota in for -4, it sounds good, yeah. I mean, I don't know who you're taking out, of course, but it sounds decent. Yeah, that Newcastle tweet was 6 minutes ago. Those players you're bringing in I like, basically. 9 Tech. 8-9 Tech, sorry. Michael, how's it going? Trossard for Grealish back next week. JV cover De Bruyne. JV. Who's JV? Jesus, Mahrez. I don't know. I guess Vardy? Jamie Vardy, captain. Okay, that's not cover De Bruyne. That's Jamie Vardy, captain over De Bruyne. Oh my god, I've worked it out. I would captain De Bruyne, but if you want to go for Vardy, go for it. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily take Grealish out if you're definitely going to get him straight back in. I would try and work around it, to be honest, because it just doesn't feel like right for two transfers. Emma, yeah, thank you very much. I missed that Newcastle because obviously I'm a streamer, but appreciate everyone letting me know about it. So that's potentially good news then for the West Brom game. We'll see how it goes. Brian, how's it going? Do I go Telles Brewster to James Adams or Telles Grealish to James Mahrez? I mean, whether there's something else you could do is going to depend on your full team. Again, I think anyone that's looking to get Grealish out, think about when you might want to get him back in and then make your decision from there. If you're taking Grealish out because you're happy to have Mahrez for a little while longer, then Telles to Grealish to James and Mahrez sounds okay. Although Telles could get another clean sheet this week, potentially, especially with no Antonio. Telles Brewster to James Adams. I think I prefer the first one if you want to keep Grealish. If not, if you're fine with getting Mahrez in, go for it. Like Mahrez, like if he gets dropped at some point over the next couple of weeks, no one's going to be shocked. That's all I'll say. It doesn't mean you shouldn't bring him in, and there's massive upside if he does well. And he's got West Brom in Game Week 13. If he plays then as well, he looks really good. But if you miss one of those games, would anyone be surprised? That's the only thing I would say. And that's not to say you shouldn't get him in, but yeah, I don't know. I want Grealish straight back. That's why I'm not getting rid of him. But every team is different, so I can't tell you whether that's a good or a bad move. And obviously, Tellers could get points this week, so lots to think about with that move. I think main thing is how quickly do you want Grealish back? And it's all well and good saying, well, I'll just get him out and I'll get him back in, but that's 2 transfers, and yeah, that's a lot. Azzy, how's it going? Love the hat, thank you. What do you think about my transfers? 2 free transfers: Sice, Kyle Walker-Peters, Ziyech. Sice, Kyle Walker-Peters, Ziyech out. De Bruyne, more pay. Adams, would you take that hit? Ooh, wait, what? You're taking out... I'm confused. You're talking about 2 defenders and 2 midfielders and then 2 strike... Oh, okay. Oh my God, I can't decipher these messages. So it's Sice to Kyle Walker-Peters, Ziyech to De Bruyne, more pay to Adams. Would I take the hit? If you got 2 free transfers for a hit, I quite like the sound of that, yeah. Kyle Walker-Peters, fixtures are okay. I think Leeds defender after this week. I think Leeds defenders will be better, but I appreciate this week Southampton have got the better fixture. But to get De Bruyne for a hit for Ziyech and get more pay to Adams, and more pay might not even play. Yeah, I quite like that for a hit. I quite like. Show me your first 11. Okay, really, I'll take out the Villa players, even though I am going to start them. But obviously there's no point in starting them now, is it? Because Newcastle have tweeted to say we'll be back next week against West Brom. So that means I was thinking of it from a West Brom point of view, but obviously it means Villa's not going to be on this week. Yeah, I better actually grab that. Let me see. Hang on. Whoa, why is Twitter not working? Boom. Sorry about the typing. Should have muted my mic. I need to get a stream deck so I can mute my stream a bit easier. Okay, what have I missed now? The Raven effect. Brought in Chris Wood for Wilson. Could easily score against Everton defence. Burnley have a good fixture run over Christmas. Thoughts? It's too late. You've already bought him in. I think Chris Wood generally is quite a... He's like a boring striker in FPL, but he does usually get the goals, right? He's got 14, 10 and 10 in the last few seasons. 130 points the last couple. I mean, he's got Arsenal next. We won't debate again whether that's a good fixture or not. Villa, Wolves. I mean, I wouldn't say the fixtures are that good, to be honest. Arsenal, Villa away, Wolves at home, Leeds away. I don't think they're that good, to be honest. Then Sheffield United at home, Fulham at home. I mean, if you've made the move, fine. I don't think they're bad fixtures, and he could get points. But I don't know if Chris Wood would be my number 1 target, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. My opinion is quite often wrong. In fact, why are you even watching? Why are you even watching? What time is the deadline? It's 11 a.m., which is 27 minutes from now. So you've still got a bit of time. Let me find these. Thinking of captaining Mane for Fulham. Thoughts? If you've not got Salah, why not? I think any Liverpool player who's going to start in that game is good. But let's worry about that next week. Do I think Tellez starts? Absolutely. Luke Shaw's still out. So unless he's injured and we haven't heard about it, I don't see why he wouldn't. Merry Christmas to you too. Andreas, how's it going? Captain De Bruyne or Mahrez? I say now, this like every week there's always a captain, right? If you've got De Bruyne and you're asking me about any other captain, I'm always going to say De Bruyne, just so you know. Bendik, good morning. How's it going? I'm feeling a Romeo screamer today. Might have something to do with Grealish, Watkins and W&W. Grealish, Watkins and someone else sitting comfortably on the bench. Who's the other W? You're giving me these messages to decipher. It's way too early. I've not eaten anything today. Grealish, Watkins, and who else? Oh, Wilson. Oh my God. Can't believe he's putting on the bench, but I don't know. I mean, a Romeo screamer. I hope it works out for you. It's not like I think Az had Basuma early on in the first couple of game weeks. I think it was when they played Everton and he scored a screamer. He had to play him that week and he scored a screamer. That's the dream, having to play your bench player like that. Oh, I'm taking Basuma out. If he scores a screamer, I'll be crying. Victor, how's it going? Kane to Vardy and João Cancelo to Walker. 2 free transfers. I don't think I would take out Kane to fund a Cancelo to Walker move personally. I would maybe move to Diaz or something instead and just do it for free and keep keep Kane. I mean, if you think Vardy's a much better option next couple of weeks, but I'm not sure about doing that. I'd maybe even just do one transfer and roll it. Depends how much you want Walker. If you do, I think that's okay, but I'm not sure it's the best use of 2 free transfers for me. Jake, I'll start Dallas or Socek, I think. I don't think there's enough upside in starting Dallas in a game where he's probably going to concede. Simon, Dallas in for Kilman and Cancelo to Diaz, or a second Chelsea to when they got Chilwell from -4, or only do the first transfer. I would probably just do the first transfer. I wouldn't necessarily take a hit for Cancelo. I mean, he's probably not going to start, but he could come on and get points. He could come on and get a 1-pointer, maybe get an attack and return or something. I don't know. I don't know if I would take Cancelo out for a hit. Cancelo to Diaz for -4, only 10 players this week. I mean, I guess you're making a long-term move that should pay off. But there's no guarantee Cancelo 100% doesn't start this week. You never know, right? A -4, I don't know if I'd do it. I'd probably just risk him and play him. Alfie's a bit different. If 1 free transfer, then I probably would. If you've got no other transfers to make, then I probably would take Cancelo out. I'm not saying don't do it for a hit, especially if it's being used to fund a move, but if it's not funding a move, I don't know if I'd be so keen on doing it necessarily. Paragraph, how's it going? Budget defender for Kilman, sub for Grealish suggests. For Kilman, I mean, it depends how much money have you got to spend. Like, I mean, you can see there's not many. This hat's got a hole in it. Absolute nightmare. Like around that price point, there isn't too many playing defenders. Even like Nkunku for Everton might not start. Nico Williams might not start. There isn't too many, so it depends how much money you got. If you've got like a 4.5 long term, I'd still like a Leeds defender. But it depends. You know, if you have to play him this week, it's not necessarily ideal. You could just keep Kilman and hope they play a back 5. That's potentially an option. But I guess I guess a Leeds defender long term, but not necessarily this week. Maybe Lamptey if you're not got him. But it depends how much money you got to spend, to be honest. Seb's still sweating over his move. Seb's still sweating over whether to do Fernandes to De Bruyne captain, basically. Taking out Fernandes against West Ham. I'm glad I'm not having that dilemma. I've just not got Fernandes. What am I doing about my goalkeeper? I am keeping him and just rolling with it. Dan, thanks very much. I'll try and find your message. I'm sure you've put one in. Who is the best FPL midfielder in the 6 million range? I mean, maybe someone like Neto or Podence if they have better fixtures. Or I'd probably go Rafinha or Harrison, someone from the Leeds camp, I think. Again, though, not great fixtures this week, as we know. And Ant, how's it going? Wildcard. Can't decide between Jesus or Grealish on wildcard. I mean, Grealish obviously isn't going to play. You could have a plan. I mean, if you're wildcard, you could just have a plan on how to get Grealish back in. Meslier decent, Forster, James, Target, Diaz, Soufal, Ferguson. I mean, Ferguson ain't going to be starting anytime soon, and Target's obviously not starting this week. So you're having to play Soufal against Man United on a wildcard. Fair enough. Jota, Salah, De Bruyne, Bruno. Yeah, nice. Bissouma, Bamford, Wilson, Jesus. I think in general it looks good. As long as you're happy to either not have Grealish or figure out a way to get him back in. You could go 3-5-2 obviously with Grealish instead. I like it. I don't know about the defence. The defence doesn't seem... I mean, you've got a lot of big hitters, I guess. I don't know. You've got Ferguson who's probably not going to play. I guess he could get his place back at some point when he's finally fit. You've got Soufal against Man United. Diaz... I mean, he probably will start. Target not playing, and Reece James looks okay, the defence. I feel like there's some improvement there potentially, though. Maybe some. I don't know what it is though. Maybe it's fine. It just doesn't feel right. But to have Salah, De Bruyne, and Bruno and Jota, then fair enough. The thing is, if you downgraded Jesus, even to like a playing forward like Welbeck, you could still have Grealish in there. You could play Welbeck this week, and then you could upgrade defence if you wanted to. So Jesus is a big question mark for you. It really depends how much you want him, and obviously only you can decide that. George, could you please do a free hit 11? I have players out, 5 players out, so I've got no option. Of course you have an option. Can you not make a couple of transfers? Look, I'm not going to do a full free hit 11 because I haven't given it any thought, so it wouldn't even be proper. But let's be honest, you're having 3 Man City. I'd even probably go attack. I'd probably go Jesus, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Fernandes. I'd maybe even think about sticking Werner in. Obviously, it all depends how much you can afford. Defensive-wise, you could go for Johnston in goal against Palace. Lamptey I like against Southampton. I still probably have Jota to save some money. I guess if you couldn't afford the rest and you couldn't have Salah, I'd probably just go for Jota this week. Captain De Bruyne, job done. But I don't think 5 players out even necessarily means free hit. I tell you why, right? Because a few people have asked me. In Game Week 18, I think there's going to be up to 5 teams blanking. That's a bigger pain, I'll tell you now, for a free hit. So you can make you could take a few hits instead of using your free hit, in my opinion. But they're some of the players I would target probably. Triple City, Jesus, Mahrez, De Bruyne, absolutely. It's the biggest upside fixture. Werner, Fernandes, maybe Tellez. There's no Antonio. Johnson could be your cheap goalie. Jota is a way to save money. Lamptey is another way to save money, etc. Daniel, how's it going? Thanks for the content. Which 2 to select from Cresswell, Dallas, and Bellerin for this week? God, they're not great options, are they? Probably Cresswell and Bellerin. I really do think Chelsea will score. So I think they'll all concede, but probably Cresswell and Bellerin I'll play. VGT, how's it going? Who to bring in, Salah or De Bruyne for Son this week? De Bruyne, absolutely. Yeah, it has to be De Bruyne because he's the better captain this week, right? That hat looks like my current FPL team dying. Path, how's it going? Sterling for Fernandes or hold this week? I don't know. If you've got De Bruyne, I don't think I like. Whether that's Sterling in for Fernandes or Fernandes in for Sterling, I'm not sure I like either. If you've got De Bruyne, I'll probably just hold, to be honest. Adams for Watkins, or should I say my transfer and hope Romeo does something? That all comes down to how long do you want to hold Watkins for. If you want Watkins after this game week, I would just hold and play Romeo. If you don't, and you think Adams is better long term, just get Adams in. Oh my days, I'm missing so much, aren't I? We've only got 19 minutes till the deadline. It's done. Seba's done. Fernandes is De Bruyne. We'll see if it works out. You'll be messaging me if it doesn't. Grealish, Werner to Salah, Adams -4. Nah, I don't think so. Werner could be really good this week. I mean, fair enough if you've got no bench replacement for Grealish, but I mean, Salah and Adams is a good long-term move, but I think Werner could be really good this week potentially. So I don't know if I'd make that if I had another way to replace Grealish or maybe have a bench option for him. Mitrovic replacements this week. I have 0.1 in the bank, so £5.7 million forwards. I mean, I'm not even sure you need to ask me. You're scraping the barrel, and there ain't too many that are actually going to play. Like even someone like Ayew, he's played the last 3, but is he going to keep starting? Callum Robinson. You could even go for Fulham. Decord over Reed. Honestly, I'd probably just get Welbeck in. I think he started the last 3. Sorry. And they've got pretty nice fixtures. I can't believe I'm recommending Danny Welbeck. That's probably where I would go, though. When you're looking at that price range in the forward line, there ain't much. Probably would be Welbeck. Karthik, will Sterling start? If not, should I sell him and Son for Sterling and Mahrez? I guess that's De Bruyne or Mahrez. I think Sterling will start, but I can't guarantee it. And all I'll say is, for anyone that owns Sterling and doesn't own De Bruyne, I would really think of making that change, unless you've got both. What's the Scoutcast match day match? It is the Man City game, and it is Seb, Rich, and Gianni. Dan, how's it going? Rodriguez and Vardy out for De Bruyne on a budget forward for a -4. Is it worth it? And which budget forward would you recommend? I mean, I'd probably just get Bamford in as a long-term hold. Maybe Adams if you wanted him instead. If that's for De Bruyne captain, I quite like that move. I don't know about taking Vardy out this week for a hit, though. That's the only thing that could backfire. But De Bruyne is your long-term play, so it depends how much you want Vardy this week, I suppose. Jonathan, Diaz or Reece James in for Cancelo. I'd be tempted just to go for Reece James. I'm seriously tempted just to skip Man City defence at this point. The thing is, I think Diaz will play this week, but it could be Laporte and Stones. We just don't know for sure. I do think Diaz will play, but I mean, they're probably both going to miss minutes. Diaz or Reece James. I don't know. Reece James got so much attacking potential. I'd be tempted to go there and save a bit of money, to be honest. I do think that's a really tough one. Really tough one. I mean, I was so big on Man City defence, and I've kind of chilled out a bit because of all the rotation worries. And I just really like the... I'm stretching, sorry. I really like the idea of Reece James. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure which way I would go. All I will say is I have a... Oh, that's a really bad screen to be on. Whenever I take out Reguilon, even though I might just keep him, I don't know, I am very tempted to go for Reece James. But this week, I think Diaz is probably the better option. But long term, I feel like Reece James will probably outscore him. Because I think Chelsea can keep just as many clean sheets and he's much more attacking. I mean, Diaz at some point is going to get a goal from a corner, but Reece James... I just spilled water down me. Reece James, you know, open play attacking threat is quite big, so... I might go James, to be honest. Sam, how's it going? You're very chipper this morning. I feel like most of the time I am chipper. I think that's why people like watching, but apparently not recently. But who knows? But thanks very much. Glad you're enjoying it, George. Me again. How's it going? Me again. Vardy, Werner, or Jesus this week only? Jesus for sure. To be honest, I'd probably go reverse order again. Jesus, then Werner, then Vardy. I mean, maybe I'm being a bit harsh on Vardy, but I just think there's a big upside to Jesus in particular. So yeah, definitely Jesus this week. Camille, how's it going? Any keeper defender you could recommend to guarantee a hit profit? No guarantees. So +6, at least 2 points gain. I have no bench to cover, hence my question. I don't think so, to be honest, because most of the goalkeepers I want long term don't have good fixtures this week. Like McCarthy could get one against Brighton, but I would not be surprised if Brighton score. Johnston could get one for West Brom, but they play Palace. Zaha's back. He could score. Although Johnston does make a lot of saves. I mean, Johnston maybe. And then defenders, I wouldn't even want to try and 100% guess who's going to start for Man City. And I think Chelsea options, again, are good long term, but I could see Leeds scoring. So I don't think there is too many. And also, it's not just about this week, is it? You've got to think a bit longer term. And I just don't... You spend a bit more, maybe it's not worth it long term. So to guarantee a hit, no way. No way could I guarantee that, to be completely honest with you. I wish I could. If I could, I'd probably be winning FPL. Mitrovic or Basuma for my starting 11. Who are Fulham? Oh, of course, they're playing Man City, of course. I'd be tempted just to play Basuma. I mean, Mitrovic hasn't even started the last 2 games. I'd be tempted to start Basuma. I mean, it's Man City. They're going to get a clean sheet, surely. Surely. Who knows? I missed it. There's a message there I thought I saw. Completely missed it. Hopefully I've got through all the... Captain De Bruyne or Werner, always De Bruyne. Martin is out to allow for a second Aston Villa forward for double game weeks, means a -8. The double game weeks aren't going to be... Probably not going to be till next year. Like I wouldn't start making decisions like that based on double game weeks. You've got plenty of times in transfers to be worried about that. Is there a chance there this... In December? A very small chance, I guess, but it would have to be this midweek. I don't think there is any other slots because of all the fixtures that are coming up, right? They're playing on the 12th, then the 17th, then the 20th, and the 26th. They're not going to put it in December. If it's not going to be next week and Newcastle have tweeted that their next game is West Brom, the double game weeks aren't going to be till next year, so I wouldn't make decisions based around that. Done Grealish to Jota, keep him bench for the Basuma in case someone in my side is rested. Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna hope that doesn't happen, and I'm hoping to get away with it this week. I mean, it's a longer term move for me, but it is what it is, I guess. Dan B, Merry Christmas. Thank you very much, Dan. Appreciate it. Absolute legend for that. Thank you very much. I'm assuming you didn't mean to put a question as well, but I'll try and keep an eye out for it. I will say it's almost impossible to find messages when you're looking for specific ones, just because it's absolutely crazy in it. Brewster or Basuma first sub. I mean, Brewster might not even start. He might not even start. And it's Leicester. Maybe Basuma. Maybe Basuma. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Basuma, yeah. I'd probably... Basuma, would I? I don't know if I would. I feel like I probably would put Brewster first, but actually Basuma's probably the better option. Just because of the minutes. But then has he got much chance of scoring? I put Basuma on. I think I'll put Basuma first. It's 11 minutes to the deadline. Yeah, I should probably do that. Yeah. Bring in Nat Phillips is not guaranteed to start like consistently. So if you want a bench option that might play at times, fine. But you know, once Fabinho's in there, Matip's back. Like is Matip? I can't even remember what the deal is with Matip now. Yeah, I think Matip. Yeah, Matip was he was rested, wasn't he? I think in the Champions League, so it could be Fabinho and Matip. So I wouldn't. Nat Phillips is not necessarily an option for me, to be completely honest with you. Who to bring in VGT? Who to bring in Salah or De Bruyne for Son? Did I not already answer that one? I'm sure I did. De Bruyne for sure this week. De Bruyne for sure, because you want to captain him. You don't want to captain Salah. Not that Salah's a bad option, but I just think De Bruyne is better. Deep, Kundu, how's it going? What about Solly marching for Burke for a hit? It doesn't feel like there's much upside in that. Burke could start as well, right? I don't like the sound of that. Marco, will Mane start? I think he probably will, but I couldn't guarantee it. Paul H, thank you very much. Kane could have one leg available, but he would still play against Arsenal. Yeah, I should do my move. There's a little part of me that thinks maybe I've overlooked the fact that Man City are playing Fulham, and I should have probably looked at Mahrez a bit more. But they also play Man United next week, and I'm hoping that's a tight game, and I'm hoping obviously Man United get the win. So I'm going to do it now. Basuma and for Jota, 0.8 million in the bank. Done. There we go. Live transfer. And I'm still going to play Grealish and Watkins just because. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to bench Bamford just in case. There we go. So I'm going to take. Hang on. I'm going to take a proper screenshot now before the game goes down. So that is the actual team. This is the actual team it's going to be because there's no way Villa play. But just in case something ridiculous happens, I'm going to do this. God, I hope Jota starts. Imagine if he doesn't start. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. So this is my actual team. Hang on, I need to save this somewhere. The actual team versus the I hope this happens team. For Dallas. Well, the Bamford could probably score. Imagine if I bench Bamford and he bloody scores. It doesn't matter. He's coming on. Look, the Newcastle game's not happening. Sorry, I'm taking screenshots here. This must be riveting viewing. And saving it. There we go. Sorry about that. Ethan, how's it going? Should I switch Son for Mahrez for a 4-point hit? I have Kane as well and no City players, so I'm worried about other players passing me out. If you're going to captain him, yes. If you're not, I don't think it's worth it over the next couple of weeks, personally. Drew, how's it going? Is it worth to take a hit next week to have Salah, De Bruyne and Bruno? At the moment I have Bruno and De Bruyne. I would remove Vardy and James for Salah. Vardy and James for Salah and Wilson. Yeah, I quite like that as a -4 next week because you're going to captain Salah as well. So if you've already got Bruno and De Bruyne, you're going to want Salah, and if that's your best way to do it, the fact you'll captain him, I think that's worth a -4. But let's reassess next week, right? Constantine Wolf, welcome to the Atsu tier. Thank you very much. Paul H, thank you very much again. I'll try and find any message that you put in. Should I get Bamford for Brewster for a hit? I don't know if it's worth a hit this week. I mean, I could see Bamford scoring, but it is a tough game. I don't know if it's worth a hit. It all depends on whether you think Brewster starts or not, and I'm not 100%. He definitely will. For a hit, though, for Bamford playing Chelsea, he could score. The thing is, what's Bamford's ceiling this week? I would say 6 points. I don't think he's going to get much more than that. I could be wrong. I hope I am because I've got him. But yeah, I'm not 100% on that one. Did you save your team? Makes you anxious that we couldn't see the button click. There you go. Your team has been saved. I usually do this a lot. Right? I click on the points tab and I click on the pick team just to 100% check. So I'm playing with 10 men. Not ideal. I'm not going to lie to you. But whatever. Martinez has got. Let's see Martinez's scores last few weeks. 11603. So I'm not missing out on many points, right? If he keeps that up anyway. So there we go. But thanks once again, Dan B, for that donation. Or for that super chat. Very, very, very kind, I would say. Merry Christmas to everybody. Maybe this stream will get more Christmassy the closer we get to December 25th. I do need to put something on here. Maybe I need to get someone to work on it for me. Is Kane going to play? I can't see why he wouldn't, to be honest. Tommy C, how's it going? Cancelo and James to Reece James and Mahrez captain, or hold with Bruno captain? I mean, I like those moves, to be honest, because I'm not sure what James is going to do this week. I mean, I don't think you need to look to force Rodriguez out of your team this week, but at some point, you're probably going to want to get rid of him over the next few weeks. I don't think Cancelo will play. So I think getting Mahrez in is nice, whether you captain him or not, to be honest. I kind of like that hit. It might not pay off, but I've got a feeling it could do this week, straight away. Obviously, it all just depends on whether... Mahrez keeps starting, that's all. Am I watching Everton versus Burnley? To be honest, I'm probably not going to watch all the matches today. Like, if I don't watch all the matches, I obviously catch up on the highlights. So I try and... I've always taken over the family TV for the whole day. So I've got to pick and choose what matches I do. So I'm probably going to do Man City versus Fulham and West Ham versus Man United. That will be my viewing. Although I do really want to watch Chelsea versus Leeds as well, so I might stick the laptop on for that. So perhaps 3 games. I'm not going to watch all 4. I've got to be honest, it kind of burns me out watching that many matches in a day. I won't lie. But definitely catch up on the highlights. I might catch a bit of it here or there. Why is everyone sleeping on Ziyech? I mean, he's just... He's fine, but he's whatever. Like, I don't want him in my team. I mean, there's far better options out there. Maybe not Jota. Maybe Jota doesn't start. But we'll see. We'll see. Start Kilman over Burke. I don't think I would, no. Vardy or Mahrez for the Mrs. Captain. She doesn't trust me. I would go Mahrez for the upside, but that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Yeah, why is everyone sleeping on Ziyech? Because he is asleep himself. That's why. I wish the traditional 3 PM slot was used more. Yeah, I wish there was more game. I don't know, I mean, to be honest, it's great at the moment for clubs that aren't usually shown, because obviously a lot of the time, the clubs like Liverpool, Man United, etc., are all shown, and unless your club is playing them, in which case they're probably going to lose anyway, you don't get to watch them. So it's nice right now that everyone can watch their team. But I got to be honest, I find it a slog. There's no way I'm going to watch all those games. As much as I love football, I'm not going to watch that much football in 1 week. Not 90 minutes for 10 games. Obviously, highlights is good for a lot of the teams, and you get extended highlights or whatever. But from an FPL point of view, it does feel like a slog at times. But that shouldn't matter, right? There's people that get to now watch their teams. That's great. M-Life Visual, how's it going? Captain Mahrez, Jota, Salah, Fernandes, Calvert-Lewin, Vardy. I still like the Mahrez move in that situation because it's Fulham. But if you want to go a bit safer, Salah or Fernandes, probably Fernandes, but I wouldn't necessarily be shocked if that West Ham versus Man United game is tight and close. You smell a Zuma goal. Zuma's had enough goals this season. He can't have any more. Oh my days! You know what I've not done? Oh god! I've not done me fan team side. Oh my days! What is the deadline for that? I've got 2 free transfers as well, and I've got Vardy captain. I think as it stands. Hang on, I need to do this really quick. Apologies. You have to bear with me just a minute ago. When is the deadline for this? Is it the same time? I think they brought it forward to the same time as FPL. Oh, I'm gonna have to think really, really fast about this now. Where do you even see the deadline? Where do you even see the deadline? Oh, I don't know. I need to do it quick. So I've got Martinez in goal, but that doesn't matter because he'll switch out. So I'll play Meslier instead. I've got James Rodriguez and I've got Watkins and Grealish. Oh my god, my team is in tatters. I can't be bothered to change it. Kevin De Bruyne, captain. Vice captain, Fernandes. I've got Chilwell, Zuma and Cancelo. I'm going to swap out Cancelo. Maybe to Reece James. Maybe I'll go triple up. I'm going triple Chelsea against Leeds. That's so stupid. I can't. I don't even know if I can bother to change it. Is it 2 minutes? Oh, days. Hang on. Bear with me just a second. Oh, it is. It's in 1 minute 21 seconds. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I need to switch. Switch Meslier. Switch Meslier. Take out Cancelo. Defenders. Regulon. I'm going to go Diaz. I'm doing Cancelo to Diaz in fan team. I might keep the rest of the team. Ben White will come on for Watkins. Soucek will come on for Grealish. Maybe I just make 1 free transfer and worry about Salah next week. I think that's what I do. Mostly because I can't bother to think about it anymore. Fernandes, update team. Although, I'm just going to quickly see if I can do Rodriguez to Mahrez. Hang on. Oh my god, there's 44 seconds in fantasy. Keep checking your teams. How much is Mahrez? He's going to be expensive, isn't he? I've only got $1 million. He is 9.4. I can't afford it. Can't afford it. Yeah, I'm sticking with that team. I'll worry about the rest next week. Apologies for that. Had to get that done because I always forget. There we go. What do you think of more pay to Bamford or Jota? I like it. I like it. So this is... Oh, yeah, I want vice-captain on Salah, don't I? Right, that's my team. Job done. Make sure your bench options are in place, etc. I'm panicking, yeah, but not about my FPL team. There's literally 8 seconds on fantasy. I'm going to have to just deal with it now. I can't bother to think anymore about what players I'm missing. I mean, Jota, I guess, actually. Liverpool. Jota. Oh, it's too late. It's too late. The deadline's gone. How much was Jota? Where is he? I can't even see him. Oh, is he a forward? Oh, he's a forward anyway. Whatever. Good idea to captain Kane. I think he's an okay option. I don't think he's necessarily the best option this week. Have a good game week. Is Fernandes captain crazy? Have a good game week too? Nah, it's not crazy. It's not crazy. If I missed any super chats then, I do apologise. Taking the free hit. Oh, my days. I mean, my opinion is the free hit's not a good move, but it might work out for you. So, Mahrez, Jota and Ederson for one game week. It looks okay, but it's too late now. You've already done it. You've already done it. Are we locked in? I'm not locked in yet. So you've still got time to make your changes to your team. Sorry, I missed a few there. It's too late now, I think. Ziyech to Mahrez. Ziyech better fixture next week. Yeah, it could be much of a muchness over the next couple, but I still like the upside of having Mahrez this week, to be honest. So hopefully you did that. If not, no problem. Why am I playing Watkins and Grealish? Just in case the match gets played, but let's be honest, it ain't getting played. We're still not locked in, even though time is up. It never seems to lock in on time anymore. How big of a worry is it not owning Mahrez and Jota this game? I don't think it's that much of an issue, to be honest. Yeah, make sure to give the stream a like if you haven't already, and please subscribe if you're new around here. We just hit 123k, so big thanks for that. And also, I should shout out to Patreon for everyone that's signed up there. Thanks very much for the support. If you want to check that out, link in the description below. Quick shout out to all the Legends Wall people on the Legends Wall as well who are already signed up, which I forgot to do earlier. And a big shout out to Lukman R, who has signed up since the last video as well. So big thanks to you and everyone that's already there. Are we locked now? Are we locked now? If you want to check out Patreon, by the way, there's a link in the description below. Yes, we are locked in. There we go. That is my team. Diogo Jota, Kevin De Bruyne, captain. I think I got my fan team locked in. Let me see. Yeah, I've got Diaz in. I've got Grealish and Watkins, Souček and Ben White. Whatever. I'll worry about that next week. I really like that game, actually. It's interesting. I just always forget about it. It's a bit... I make different moves in that, which I quite like. Don't worry about Grealish and Watkins. Bamford and Dallas will come off the bench if they don't play. And if not, I'm happy with that. Okay. That is it. Thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't already and hit that like button. We're only on like 500 likes and there's still 4,000 people watching. So do me a favour. You've enjoyed that deadline stream, I hope, which is why you're still watching. On your way out, just click that like button. It helps me out. We do more deadline streams. It gets bigger and better, etc., etc. Happy days. Give it a like for the Christmas hat. Whatever I can do to make you hit that button. Go for it. So we're locked in. Good luck. I always think sometimes the order of matches is determines how good my weekend will be in terms of FPL. So I've got Calvert-Lewin to start. Then I've got De Bruyne captain, but no other Man City players. So that's going to maybe be a tough watch. Jesus and Mahrez doing well. Then I've got to watch West Ham Man United with no Man United players. Then I've got Chilwell and Dallas and Bamford, unless Grealish and Watkins play, which they won't. So I've got 3 players in this one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players today. And then tomorrow, no one, Reguilon, Jota and Salah, and then Lamptey to end. So I've got a nice spread. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 9 games covered. So yeah, that's okay, I guess. That's okay. Oh, I've got Son as well, obviously, in the Spurs game. So I've got Reguilon and Son, so we'll see. So yeah, thank you very much to everyone that's tuned in today. Massively appreciate it as always. I will be back on Friday next week as long as the deadline actually starts on a Friday. And when is the deadline next week? 6:30. So it'll be 5:30 till 6:30 deadline stream as always. So yes, do appreciate you all tuning in. Have a good weekend. I am going to go and eat some food. Go and walk the dog. All that good fun stuff. Maybe say hi to the family as well. Adam, good luck with the Burnley game. Yes, it's freezing outside here, so I can imagine it's just as bad where you are. Don't forget you have Son. Yeah, no, I completely forgot about Son. I've kind of forgotten about him now. He's like he is my Fernandes. options soon. Captain Sterling, have alcohol close by. Fair enough. I've liked the stream for the simple reason I enjoyed the stream. There you go. Do appreciate it. Does help out, right? So yeah, I can only thank you. Like, if you just, it's just one little thing to do on your way out, basically. So yeah, thank you very much for that. We're nearly at 1,000. So yeah, hit that button on your way out. I am going to go now. Go have a shower. I'll see if the water pressure is good. I still can't believe there's a hole in this. Anyway, I'm off. Thank you very much. I'll be back to... I think I'm not going to do a Monday stream this week because it's only Brighton and Southampton. So I'll do my usual Sunday stream at 9:15, and then we'll have the normal content next week. And then we are into... quick turnarounds, which I'm looking forward to. It gets mental busy when it comes to creating content, but it's my favourite time of the year. Christmas and FPL is a joy. So yeah, I will leave it there. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the weekend. Good luck in FPL, and I will see you tomorrow. Basically, not next week. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.